Raise the Queensland spirit now for the
What's up, baby? And welcome. Welcome to Off-Field Drama. I'm Sauce.
I'm Berkey.
And that's our fucking song.
We're
How are we?
back.
How are you, mate? You
I'm
well?
good, buddy. Yeah. I'm doing a lot better than you are. I can
Yeah, I
assure
know.
you that.
Hence why these are going on.
No, they're not. Take him
Just
off.
for a bit until I acclimatise.
He thinks he's a rock star now after 5 episodes.
6, buddy.
I forgot we had that double drop last week.
Yeah, that's how we roll. That is how we roll. Thanks, boys. Thanks for looking after us. Hey, it's all good. We haven't got anything to do. I certainly don't. I've got a couch to go back to and a bit of Uber Eats.
We need to, straight off the bat, put a sincere apology out to all the shareholders because
There's a real obvious omission here.
you're missing a key part of what was meant to be today's episode.
And I think it's fair to say that, you know, we're on his schedule. We're on Alf time.
We are. The big fella's not here. We're not sure if he's still in Belmore kicking on after that victory, or do you have an update on where the big fella is?
I think he's celebrating with the local Wayne, if you know Wayne from the Caxton, one of our great locals. He had to postpone until next week, and it makes it all the more fitting for episode number 7. And that great man...
Oh!
That great man had that number 7 on the back for all his career, so...
Was that intentional?
Might have been.
Has he been playing us this whole time?
He might be watching. Who knows?
He's a cheeky little fella.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to have him on.
Yeah, I've used the word toey, but I can use it again. As long as we're waiting, I'm toey.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ep 7.
Ep 7.
And that is fitting. I think originally when we wanted him here, we said
Ep 7.
Ep 7. I think we might have told the shareholders that, so we jumped the gun. He was never a 5'8", so Ep 6 probably didn't sit well, but there we go, shareholders. Ep 7, Alfie Langer in the building. Let's buck, baby.
Mate, how's your weekend? Big news at Jeeps, I heard.
Massive. I took my talents down to Jaco Road for the first time in 2023. Old Boys Day, so quite fitting being a old boy myself. Put a lot of blood, sweat and tears into that club. We played the Filth Brothers, who are, if you're not familiar with, biggest rankers in Premier Grade Rugby. Mate, it was fantastic. It was an absolute privilege to be back at the home of rugby.
The Glue Factory.
Yeah, it was pumping.
How'd Stixie get on? I heard you gave him a bit of a spray.
Yeah, the 5'8" for Brothers copped an absolute mouthful from start to finish.
Yeah.
Deservedly so too.
Do you think, this would be a good question for Klutzy as well, do you think that you rattle players? Do you think that what you say from the sideline it affects their performances?
Me personally, or because I tell you what, I was with a fair few shareholders and they were getting stuck in.
Yeah.
And there was dialogue coming out of people's mouth that would have rattled most. There was a number 23, whoever you are, there was a reason he was number 23. The poor fella copped an absolute ear bashing.
What's your go-to?
Oh, your shit house 23.
Just your shit house, then whatever number.
I'll tell you what was getting thrown around was, hope you did tunnel tackles during the week. I haven't heard of tunnel tackles since under sixes.
Oh.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but there was a fair bit of that chat. It was awesome, mate. It was so good.
It's all about the delivery and timing too.
Yeah, oh, that's right. It was funny because you forget how much Ashgrovians get around their club. They were pouring in from the northern side, eastern side. You couldn't get a park. It was in the end, I think it ended up being 57-38 or something.
Big win, big points.
Big win.
Good defence from both sides.
Mate, there was about 5,000 down there, but it felt like a packed Wembley.
Yeah. Packed Wembley. Mate, I'm used to North, so being about 50 people there.
Now, for people that don't know, Sauce plays for a club that you could compare to the West Tigers of the NRL, the North Melbourne of the AFL. So when I talk...
Used to play.
Well, yeah, thank God. When I talk about, playing down at Jeeps and going down to Yoku Road on a Saturday, this is so foreign for Saucy. Having grown up being a Northern Eagle,
Mate.
It couldn't be further away from reality for the big fella. So we'll have to get him down there one day. I want to just quickly say, and this is what was quite a disappointing way, because as you can imagine, when the Gallopers get up on a Saturday, there's carry on that goes till all hours of the morning. Now, once the game ended, we had the privilege of heading back to a mate's place to watch the Wallabies. Now,
privilege?
No, thank you, because it wasn't a privilege. Now, you go from the highest highs of watching the Gallopers pump the filth on a Saturday, and then you've got to watch the Wallabies serve that shit up against the Pumas. Eddie Jones, get your ass down to Yoku Road on a Saturday, big fella, and that's what running rugby's all about. We are terrible.
They're not going well.
They aren't going well at all.
How long are we out from the World Cup?
Where I think September, October it kicks off, so quick maths would tell me a couple months.
Yeah, that sounds about
right. There's alarm bells ringing. We said this last episode that we needed a huge bounce back game.
Yeah.
My God, Father, if that was the...
bounce back, we didn't.
Bounce back, we didn't. Eddie Jones has got a lot of question marks. There's a few players in that side that they're just not Wallaby players. I watched a glimpse of All Black South Africa. Now, that's a couple of footy teams right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's a footy side. Look, let's not bore the shareholders too early with the Wallabies. What'd you get up to, mate? You look hungover as all hell.
I fucking feel it. No, I just I got into my business after the Seafood Fest on Saturday, and here I am now, Monday. Had a, somewhat successful day doing the seafood, and decided to celebrate, dip my feet in, and then ended up going to the Arana Leagues Club, I was telling you. First time there. Great, one of the great establishments in the Western North Brisbane area.
Northwestern.
Northwestern, mate, whatever. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Anywho, then went to the Brook, and I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with the security guard at the Brook.
Okay, security guard 752, I think.
I wish I knew his number. He didn't let one of my mates I was with in, and someone who knows the rules and that you know the rules can be bent, and
but he let
you can
you
have
in?
a bit of leniency. He decided to ID the oldest bloke there, who's 29. Doesn't ID me. The bloke who I was with didn't have his ID, and he said, "Oh, you can't come in. You're not allowed to. You'll give him drinks and stuff." And I said, "Mate, he's 29. Like, are you playing fucking with your doodle or what? Like, what are you trying to... Come on. Like, we're here trying to have a good time, whatever." And the manager comes over, and we knew one of the girls there, and she let him in. And I just thought, what a wanker. What a wanker.
What time of the hour was this?
Then he comes back. This is probably 7:30.
Okay.
Having a feed, want to watch the footy. Then he comes up to me.
What time did you start on the gas? Just so I can get an idea about...
Finished in the early hours of Monday.
No, what time did you start?
Early hours of Sunday, sorry, and then we started for like 2. Wasn't 2.
You
too
are
late.
all over the joint
Yeah,
today.
I am.
Yeah.
If you listen to my story of this, I don't even care. Anyway, old mate came up and then said, at the Brook, nice new place, you're not allowed to wear a hat. Take your hat off.
What, once you get in or just at entrance?
I'd been there for an hour. And I said, why didn't you tell me when I came in, mate?
That's
just like, pull your finger out.
It's the nicest thing in that area by a country mile.
But we're not talking like, it's not an RSL.
Nah, no,
I'll
you're
take
not.
my hat every day of the week off at an RSL or at a, one of those places.
You're not doing a minute silence at 11 o'clock in the
Fuck no.
morning. No. Okay. Now, I have noticed, and I can't believe what I'm seeing, but you've got a ring on your finger. I thought we told you already that you are not a ring guy.
Well, I can't get it off.
Get it off.
I can't get it off.
I'll tell you what, I'll be chainsawing that finger if I see another ring on it.
You reckon?
Yeah, there's no more rings on your finger.
There's one now. It's staying there.
Oh, Lord of the Rings here. What's that ugly fuck's name? What's his name?
Gollum.
Gollum. That's what we'll start calling you if you keep rocking up with the
Gollum
with a
fuck,
ring
right.
on your finger. All right, so you're feeling good now, a bit dusty.
Oh,
but
yeah. Very.
those fucking sunnies on your head, I tell you.
They're hiding some pain. Is that better? Bright, I
You
tell you.
look terrible. So, look, big show today. We're going to cover a few things. Wimbledon happened over the weekend.
Our pal Carlos.
Obviously want to talk about what happened last Wednesday. The broomstick wasn't out. We've put that away for 2023. We did lift the shield, but
It hurts.
yeah, it wasn't the ending we wanted.
It's bittersweet.
We'll cover what happened in the NRL. Obviously, we've got our flog and legend of the week.
Yeah.
And anything else that may pop to mind, maybe?
Mate, if it comes to mind, it'll come to mind.
That's right. So, look, let's kick off with what happened last Wednesday night at Accor Stadium. It was flat as fuck for a Queenslander, I'll be totally honest with you. Full credit to Freddie and the Blues.
Yeah, well done, Fred.
I think we've got to give Freddie a little tap on the back there.
I think he finally listened.
Yeah. He got around OFD and he, for once in his life, he felt like a shareholder. You know what I mean? He was talking like a shareholder. He actually made some decisions which, as Queenslanders, we'd been screaming out for weeks.
I heard a good take on his team selection, saying that he just puts a bunch of faces up on a board and throws a dart at the general direction, and that's the team that he picked.
Well, there's a conspiracy theory going around that Billy actually told the boys to let New South Wales win so Freddie would keep his job.
There's no way that's true.
It's a conspiracy theory. Do as you will.
As a Queenslander, I roll over in my grave if I hear that.
That is, I mean, it's like I said, it's a conspiracy theory, but it's out there. I'm throwing it out there. Whoever wants to grab it. We've personally, as Queenslanders, we've given Freddie another year, I think.
Yeah. Well, is that the whole point of it? Because so we can win next year.
This is what I'm saying, Saucy. We want him back so Queensland can go 3 in a row.
Okay, I don't mind that now.
What I will say is a few takeaways from the game. Before I get into the game, I have a massive issue with the NRL and in particular their entertainment department. Now, the choice of bed, they picked 660. I'm going to go here, Saucy. I gave him a little tease. They picked 660. Now, I don't know 660 from a bar of soap, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Correct.
And I think they are good. They gave me sticky finger vibes.
Yeah.
Big time sticky fingers. But this is Origin, okay? And last time I checked, Origin is the most physical, aggressive game in the world. What those blokes were playing pre-game, I thought they were going to give the crowd a Gatorade saxophone to play along with. Because I felt so Rastafarian that there was a bit of hoochie macoochie flying around my nostrils. Mate, it's too soft and slow.
Yeah, you need something a bit uplifting.
Like, fire the crowd up a bit.
Bring back Jimmy Barnes.
Jimmy Barnes will do if it means firing up. I'm all for 660, but just a bit too slow for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're a bit different opinion. You like him?
No. Not really, no.
But
No, I like what you're putting out. I think you want to be G'd up for Origin. That's it. The crowd needs to be fired up and not put to sleep.
I'm loving their vibes, all right, if it's 420 blazing style, but It's not.
But it's 8 p.m. on a Wednesday.
It's 8 p.m. on a Wednesday.
People are about to go to war.
Thank you. Good choice of word there. Now, they were great, but not for Origin.
Not for Origin.
Okay? And I think they've probably got other songs out there. I don't know if that was their latest single that they're promoting. And look, shout out to 660.
Yeah.
All right. Big fans, but that's on the NRL Entertainment. They fucked it up before, and they've done that again.
We'll see you at Splendor 660.
Yeah, there you go. And are they doing Splendor?
No.
Yeah, that's coming up. So look, that was my quick little issue. In regards to the game, Cam Murray at 13, we've been saying that a lot on this podcast.
Killed it.
Thank God for that.
Finally.
Cody Walker.
Killed it.
Killed it. Bradman Best.
Killed it.
Bingo. Who else killed it for him? They were pretty good all over the park. Tell you who killed it for him? Stephen Crichton.
Yeah.
Had a great game. Had some massive tackles on Ruben Cotter. Ruben Cotter was running a line
For
there.
me, it was Cody.
Yeah.
Cody straightened the attack and sort of setting up his outside men more so than Jerome does. And I reckon, yeah, that was the key. It was kind of scary. I think DCE and
Val
and when Nanai on that side,
Yeah, they
just wigged out and forgot that they've ever played footy together before and didn't know how to defend.
spot on.
But shit happens. It's Origin. New South Wales rose to the occasion. Good to see.
They saved their best game for last. Val in particular, he was really bad. I had a message that I sent to a bunch of mates at half time to just get the boys up. It was a simple message that I think Billy needed to convey but maybe didn't, which would have been, do you want to make history or do you just want to satisfy with winning the series?
Yeah.
And we were clearly satisfied with winning the series.
Yes. People remember clean sweeps.
You know how you were comparing that 2010 team to that team in terms of would have gone to Golden Point? That 2010 team would have put 30 on that.
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah, like that was... That just wasn't the team. They weren't desperate. Xavier Coates wasn't there.
I think we missed Walshy in a big way out the back.
Well said. God, Ponga would love for you to get that head right, brother.
Brimo tried, but...
Brimo tries, but Brimo doesn't have that flash. You just... That was
bit stop-starty.
Yeah.
Just flying on. I think Fleggy was a bit of a miss too.
Fleggy was a myth.
Yeah.
Good to see Horsburgh get his cap, but well-deserved from one big red to the next. That was good. Chloe Matangi had a great moment to set up Brian To'o's first try. Those hands were fantastic.
Yeah. Well, makes me look forward to next year. I mean... And what I'm looking forward to even more now that that's over is the Women's World Cup. Samuel.
Let's go Matildas. Let's go. Being OFD, we got a huge support behind the Matildas.
My biggest fan, Sam Gorry.
Sam Gorry. Where would she play on the footy field?
I've completely fluffed that and thought of Sam Kerr and Katrina Gorry. I couldn't pick in the moment. Shout out to both of them. One brain cell just said, hey, say one thing. The other one said, say the other. Sam Kerr, obviously the captain. She's everyone's favourite. Katrina Gorry, little Brisbane girl. I think she's about this tall.
Okay.
She's a freak.
Right.
So fit, so good around the park, does not stop. Just long balls. Her long ball. She's got a bit of skulls about her. Bit of Paul Scholes.
Is it like an L1 triangle, FIFA style?
Literally.
Yeah.
L1, yeah.
L1 triangle.
She's got that down pat.
Bingo.
Yeah.
We would love for them. I think if they can make semis, that would be a huge achievement.
Yeah.
I did a bit of research today for your Saucy while you had a bit of head noise, mate. I decided that I'd come up with a few little smokies for the tournament. Now... We do have a bit of a fan base, as you know, in Norway. Now, I've got the Norwegians playing a massive role in this World Cup.
Talk to me.
They've got, in the top 5 in the world, 2 of the top 5 players in the world. I don't know much about the rest of their side. But I've had a little look on Sportsbet. I think you can get 51-1.
On Norway?
On Norway.
Wow.
Now, that deserves a blueberry. Because as we would know, and I've copped a bit of an ear bashing for that same game that I threw up, on
Don't think one leg hit.
on one leg did hit.
Yeah, hammer time.
Hammer went
Yeah.
over.
Hammer
Now,
doing hammer things.
that was a tough start for all the shareholders out there. I'm going to promise you a bit more in the future. That was, like they say, like you were kicking like Kurt Gidley. Well, I was punting like Saucy.
My girl Sabalenka didn't come through. I think she lost in the semis.
No.
In the women's.
In the women's tennis.
Yeah.
And my two men got both dusted
Yeah.
in the semi-final.
Who'd you have? Yannick? You had Yannick
I had
Sinner?
Yannick Sinner, who got a good lesson from the Joker, and then I had the Russian Medvedev got
yeah.
dusted. But back to the Matildas, we're going to be cheering them on real hard. We'll keep you all up to date with breaking news.
Yeah.
If we can get them on here just for a little word.
Yeah. There's another. I actually watched the doco on Disney Plus. World at Our Feet, and I reckon they're a chance. I seriously think that they're a chance. They're my Smoky. They're paying 13.
Good.
You know, a hometown Smoky, Australia.
Surely
Women's
the
World Cup.
crowd gets up for them. They beat the French last Friday.
They play real good in front of Aussie crowds.
Yeah.
They lift.
That's a fact from Source there.
They got
too.
this young Mary Fowler striker. They
Jeez.
got
He's come prepared,
no, dude.
shareholders.
I seriously, I'm a Matilda.
You are a
I am a bloody
Matilda.
waltzing Matilda.
I'd love to. I was trying to get tickets to their games, but it's sold
out.
Caco, get any?
Not, I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, can ya?
Yeah.
Surely you could pull a few strings.
I'll see what I can do for you.
It's going to
Pal.
be interesting. I'd love to know what the crowd at Caxton Hotel is like.
It'll be huge.
no,
It'll be-
but
oh,
as
the
in the
clientele, or
yeah, I would love for you to report back.
I'd say there'd be a lot of families and young kids. Do you know this is actually true? More women, and I think this is great, by the way. More women, young girls play soccer, play football than
Oh, he's
then-
used football. There you go.
more women, young girls
Yeah.
in Australia are signed up to play football than rugby union players, than boys playing rugby union. So that tells you the growth of soccer in Australia and how fucked we are as a rugby union nation going forward.
Well, that's an interesting stat.
Yeah. That's
I tell
crazy.
you what, for a bloke that's hungover, you've never spoken more intelligently in your life.
I think hey, how about this? I was going to say we need an
He's
OFD.
not done.
We need an OFD punt. We need someone to go to the games. Why don't I go and you run the fort here?
So are you gonna you're gonna get an inside scoop?
I'll
are
get
ya?
down. I'll get the media pass. I'll go back. I'll go downstairs. I'll talk to my girl Gorry, Kerr,
Yeah.
Fowler, Yallop. Who else?
And
Van Egmond. Big fan of her work. Number 10.
what do you want me to do? Manage the caco?
How do you reckon you go there? What do you reckon?
Oh, geez, it'd be on for young and old if I was put in charge of this place.
We'd get shut down within an hour. You'd be behind the bar. Hey mate, how this one?
I've been a leader my whole life, so it would be nothing new.
Turn it up.
Throughout most sporting teams, I've normally either had the VC or the C beside my name.
Man.
It's one of my true qualities, but I don't know how I would go from a financial point of view. That would be a different story. But big time. Let's go, Matildas. Rock on. Let's do this. I'm going to put this out to the shareholders. If Sam Kerr kicks a bicycle kick goal, can we have a fucking free bar at the Caco?
Yes. For the shareholders. Shareholders only.
Okay, now
Sam Kerr has to come back.
Sam Kerr, this is Berkey here. How are you? I'm going to need you to kick a bicycle kick for all the shareholders because Saucy's going to have an open bar at the Caco. Let's get this out there to the shareholders to send to Sam Kerr. This is great from you, Saucy.
If you've seen the footage of the Maroons upstairs, that's the Matildas.
Yes, okay. That is a great little...
We'll fly him up from the final in Melbourne or Sydney, and then you can party.
Oh, that is all time. How good. Righto, so Wimbeldon wrapped up last night, and it was a huge game by the world number 1 and world number 2. What we would presume will be the GOAT, Novak, and the next big thing, Carlos
Alcaraz.
There you go. I need that pronunciation. I can't.
I got you here, brother.
There's a few tongue twisters out there. That's why you always need a bloke like Saucy to help you out. It was a thrilling game. Went for 5 sets. Everything you could ask for and more in a grand final. Carlos came away with the chocolates.
He did.
The young buck from Spain.
5 sets.
5 sets. Lost the first 6-1.
I saw that. So it was 6-1, 7-6, then broke back 6-1 in the first 3 sets. How weird is that?
Yeah,
what a sway of a game.
And then 6-3, I think the fourth might have been. Yeah. But to go down 6-1 in the first set to a bloke like Novak and to have the cojones to regroup.
He's got them cojones.
He's got massive Spanish balls.
Carlos got meat.
Yeah, I think at the moment the Spanish bulls are running around moment.
He's got croquets of just...
Just a good set of nuts on the young fella, and that's what we like.
Big old Carlos croquet sack. How good.
So we got the dub, and an interesting fact, Saucy, and you know here we provide facts that most young kids out there don't know what's happening, but he's the first person to win the Wimbeldon since the Big Four.
Really? Since when?
Since he was born, which is 20 years ago. So for the last 20 years, Wimbledon has been won by either Novak, Rafael Nadal, another Spanish bull of his, Andy Murray, and the great Federer, Roger Federer. So, mate, massive achievement. Nike put out a post today, and I can't get enough of their marketing team. It was, don't belong to an era, start your own, just do it.
That's big.
Now, that's what Nike does.
Yeah. Nike get it.
Nike do what they do because they get it.
They're the best.
So that segs me into my little segment here. Carlos, you are off-field drama legend of the week. That's a hell of a performance.
Rightfully so.
Youngest person ever to at his age win 2 Grand Slams.
Wow, how old is he?
20.
Is he 20?
20, yeah. So it sets up for a massive US Open.
Yeah.
I think those two will go round 2.
Yeah.
How do you go on a tennis court?
I think we've discussed this. I'm pretty handy.
Okay, well, next
we're NBA. Well, hey, both of us are MBAs, brother. Natural born athletes.
I didn't realise we touched on your tennis skills.
How do you go?
Oh, pretty handy with them. Yeah.
You left or right?
I'm right-handed. I'm a grinder. If I had to say who my game was,
Leighton.
It would, yes, Leighton. But
don't win, but you stay in the fight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You'll be up till 3 a.m. watching a 5-setter if I'm playing. I can't serve for shit, mate.
Yeah.
But I just hit everything back. I want unforced errors from the opponent.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So you play ping pong.
Oh, shit, I'm a good ping pong player.
You can play ping pong, you can play tennis usually.
I'm going to put it out there. Any shareholders that want to take me on in a game of ping pong, I'm all yours, baby.
I'll be there for a game of beer pong after.
Who won the women's? We lost that?
I don't know. I lost track after Sab lost in the semi.
Yeah, we tuned out.
It was 2 just like randoms.
Yeah,
Respectfully, just two. I've never heard of them.
We tried our hardest to watch, but unfortunately, I was too busy carrying on after a Jeeps win.
Yeah. Now, I forgot to say after the situation at the Brook with not being able to wear a hat, ended up leaving and then came back here to the Caco, of course, and then went on to the Valley. You ever been to the Valley on a Sunday night?
You've headed into the Valley on a Sunday.
Some of the strangest people in Brisbane frequent the Valley, and that's not surprising. But on a Sunday night,
oh gee,
I didn't really, I don't know. It was all right, bit of fun, bit of something different. It was with a few people from here, you know.
Where do you take your talents to in the Valley?
So we went to RG's. It was the only place sort of open.
You didn't go to Fluffies again, did you?
Do you know who I... No, we went to the Wickham and then the Beat. No, we guess I forgot to say this. So we ended up going to RG's and then SuCasa, and all the Dolphins players were there at SuCasa.
SuCasa, top of the Jude? Top of the Jubilee Hotel?
No, nowhere near that.
Right. I'll keep my opinions to myself.
It's next to Rick's, and it's upstairs, and you walk up about 50 stairs to one floor.
Shit.
It's just like vertical stairs. All the Dolphins boys were celebrating their big loss. Lost to Penrith.
Well,
they should have won that game. They should have won that game. But,
yeah, that's stock standard.
But they were enjoying themselves, just chilling out in the booth. It was fucking packed at that place.
Hang on. Would they catch a plane from Redcliffe to get to SuCasa?
They got the train.
What are those pricks doing going out in the valley from Redcliffe?
Good question.
Tell you what, love to know what time they got home / where they would have stayed.
They were all enjoying themselves. It's a pretty good vibe in that joint. Anyway, we got out. This was one of the strangest things that I've ever just heard from a human being. And I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy, kinda. We get out of the Uber, and he's this Asian fella. He was like, 4 of us got out, and he goes, "Can you call me an ambulance?" And I was just like, sorry, what? You all right? And he looked fine. He looked completely fine. He's like, oh, my heart's just racing like a million miles an hour. And I was like, immediately, I'm like, do you take anything? Like, what have you had?
Yeah.
Like in the valley on a Sunday this time.
What are you trying to sell me, big fella?
Yeah, and I was like looking around. I'm like, this is weird, just straight off the bat. And then he goes, shit you not. He said, no, I haven't taken anything. I've just drank a lot, smoke a lot, and I've eaten a lot of kangaroo meat. I swear to God.
Where was he at the Outback Steakhouse?
So then, and I said, mate, you're having like a panic attack. Like, you're fine. Like, sit down on the bus stop. And some other girl called an ambulance for him. And I was just like, I'll see you later, bud. Like, you're fine.
Ruining my vibe.
You're fine. Like, and he goes, but when you eat red meat and you drink soda water? And I said, dude, like, chill. But no, especially when you eat kangaroo meat. Apparently it makes your heart rate go up.
Did you get a name of this character?
I couldn't care less. Moving on, though.
Look, so let's cover what happened on the NRL across the weekend. It was once again just another great weekend for all footy fans out there. But in particular, what happened on Sunday afternoon in Auckland? It was in regards to a team that I'm going to say is close to as unrecognisable that I've seen. The Warriors in 2023 are nothing short of spectacular. They have completely changed the brand of footy and who they are.
The way they play is exciting. Sean Johnson's back into his strides.
Sean Johnson, and don't duck and laugh at this, shareholders, Sean Johnson might just be on his way to a Dally Air.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that before you even said it.
And I'll tell you who's going to win Coach of the Year.
Mr. Webster.
Mr. Webster is an absolute lock for Coach of the Year.
And you know why? I think this is why they should be a coach like that should win it. Often it's the coaches that are coaching good teams. He's picked them up from being shit, like just not.
Oh, they're like a bunch of fucking touch footy players that giggle and have a laugh when they're losing.
A coach of the year is someone who picks up a shit team and takes them to where they're going. Not Ivan Cleary,
correct,
who's won back-to-back prems.
No,
it's more so at that point it's the players and the system and whatever. But Andrew Webster, picking up this team, turning them around.
Yeah,
and, they're an absolute smoky.
Oh, they're a big time smoky, and they're almost as they. I don't want to say it, but they probably might make top 4.
They're fucking good.
Nate, I'm serious about that. They've got to run home. I had a quick little sneak peek at their run home, and let's just say they play one top 8 side, I think, for the remaining part of their season, which is the Raiders this week.
Favourable.
Mate, they'll make top 4. And Andrew Webster will win Coach of the Year. The only other Coach of the Year is a close mate of the podcast, which is our boy Kevy. But he wouldn't get it because he had the talent last year. They just choked.
Yeah.
So you can't really give it to Kevy. That's why I think Andrew Webster's a lock. Broncos were Well, they were what we expected at Belmore.
Our man Tristan Saylor.
Oh.
Just Tristan doing Tristan things out the back. Mini Dell.
Right. It is
Yes.
so good seeing another Sailor in a Broncos jersey.
The depth we have is so good.
Oh, it is awesome. So that was easy. We don't need to talk too much about that. They were what we expected. Bulldogs are shit house.
When do we buy tickets to the GF?
Oh, soon.
When do we lock
soon.
it in?
We might talk to Alfie next week about that.
Yeah.
Just see if they need an orange boy or something. If we could
They need two.
sorry, boys. That is
Come on.
Lolly boy. We'll almost do anything. I tell you what, the scenes of Katoni at the where was he? Give me so. I tell
Katoni,
you,
where was he?
Shareholders, it's like talking to a brick wall today. This guy.
This is what I do every week with this fella.
I am getting absolutely nothing. He was at the Edens Hill Hotel
Katoni, when was he at the East?
2 weeks ago.
What was he doing?
He had his shirt off and he was dancing.
I didn't know this.
He was dancing
I've missed
like
this.
you probably last night at Fluffy's or wherever you were.
We got the same rig, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. There was another really good win. Now, I want to quickly talk. The Titans were completely hard done by them. They had a call last night. I had a photo sent through to me today. Not sure if you've seen it. You were probably punching Zeds. But a similar thing happened to what happened to them last week and how they had a penalty that got blown offside.
Yeah, that really hurt me.
That happened last night.
Yeah.
And the whistle didn't go.
Yeah.
So Titans should feel really hard done by again. It's been a tough year for the Titties, but they'll keep fighting.
Hey, going back to old Meat Man, Mr. Kangaroo Meat, if you had to give up one thing, right? Out of these two
We've
things,
done a complete
we've done a complete 180, and that's what we do on off-field drama. When it pops in, we go. Would you give up for a year, if you had to choose, red meat or alcohol?
Oh, gee whiz.
Someone put this to me the other day.
I'd give up red meat.
You go vegan.
I love my seafood.
Give up all meat.
Like I said, Saucy, I'd give up red meat.
Okay. Is seafood meat?
No, seafood's hey, you know.
Seafood.
Yeah,
It's shellfish.
Why? What would you give up? It is shellfish. Yeah, that's the right word.
I reckon I'd give up booze.
Fucking hell.
Just 1 year.
Tell you what you could do with giving up meat. I'm into him early. I feel like Tim Zoo's throwing a right jab.
He sees
there.
how vulnerable I am, and he's just poking holes in me. Absolute daggers.
His guard's down right now, and
I can't even lift it.
I've thrown a right jab there.
Yeah, some can, some can't, Samuel, and you can't.
So you would give up booze?
I'd give up booze. Yeah,
Just love meat that much?
love meat.
Really?
All kinds of meat.
Yeah. What's your favourite steak?
I don't mind just a good rump.
Yeah.
But I like lately though. I like a bit of fat on the cut. So like a Scotch fillet, which is like a ribeye,
Okay.
or a prime rib on the bone. One of those. Same
Medium
thing.
rare?
Yeah. Sometimes you get it cooked by someone who knows what they're doing. Go rare. Try a rare steak. It'll rock your world.
Really?
Yeah. I've got no time. I'm sorry for anyone that orders a well done steak.
No.
Like
I didn't.
zero time.
Is that a thing?
Apparently.
Who does it?
People that hate flavour.
Now, when you're in the restaurant and someone says that to you, do you just go, start again? If someone orders a well-done steak, do you just go, mate, start again? What do you want?
I just walk away. I don't finish the order. I say, buddy, you're in the wrong place.
That is ludicrous.
Yeah, it is. It's a crime ordering a well done steak, especially people. The eye fillets, the real thick ones.
Yeah, yeah.
They take about an hour to cook, and they wonder why it takes so long for their meal to come out. Hey, pal, you've ordered a fucking charred, brown, flavourless, lifeless piece of meat. That's why it's taken an hour, because of your choice.
That's bad. I'm a medium rare. I'll eat
Safe.
any.
It's safe.
I'll eat any sort of meat. You know me.
I've seen you. I've seen you eat. You eat the leftovers too.
I'm like a garbage bin disposal.
Yeah,
You
a
give it to me.
Gerberator?
Yeah, I'll clean it up.
Yeah. I've seen you often not order food and just pick off the scraps and
that
leftovers of
is
other people's food.
That is such bullshit.
I don't know about that.
I'll tell you what'll happen. It's because I finish my meals like none of the other boys around me, and I keep going. You don't get to this size, Saucy, if you don't eat, big fella.
I was going to say, where's it go?
Hey,
Goes to your calves? Clearly not.
I'll tell you, there's a reason I sit on the toot for half the day, mate.
Bit of a squirter.
Oh,
Straight through you.
Nah. Solid's where I come from.
Hey, what's your sauce? What's your favourite sauce?
Diane or mushroom?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yeah, you got to go those.
Yeah.
Either of those two.
There was a great deal that used to happen at the Newey. Now, I know this is a competition of yours, and I still cannot believe this. For $15.99, you could get a steak, Caesar salad, and schooner of beer.
That's exceptional.
Now,
How big was the steak?
decent size.
Yeah.
I'd say $2.50.
Yeah.
The
Hey.
Caesar salad was pretty nice too.
Now
Do
this-
you go salad or Caesar?
What type of salad? What do you
Like
mean?
your little
a garden salad or
yeah,
something?
your little garden
Oh,
salad.
You go Caesar if the option's
Caesar
there.
all day. Yeah,
If the option's there.
Yeah. It's a Caesar party.
The steak was probably from, they feed it to fucking circus animals or something.
I tell you what, for $15.99, I'd live there.
He'd be a circus animal.
Oh, mate, we used to give that an absolute
Hiding.
shit, yeah.
The Newey's a brilliant pub. We should do it. We should do on the pod our top 10 pubs in
we
in
can
Brizzy.
we
should
can do that.
Yeah, we'll think about that and get
Do
back
you
to
want
shareholders.
do you want me to be honest or
We'll leave the Caxton out of it.
Oh yeah,
We'll leave
yeah.
bias out of it because I know where that'd be on your on the list, but we'll just
Yeah,
we'll divert that.
Well, we'll take that off. I might come up with a couple of smokies.
Yeah, I have a little bone to pick with someone that said to me today they're not from here, they're from out of town, and they kind of, I'll use your lingo, they earbashed Brisbane to me.
Wait, is this an Uber driver?
No, someone from
Within
someone from Wales was earbashing.
oh, here
was
we go.
earbashing the great state of Brisbane.
What? The Welsh are into us already.
And she said, "What do you do here? Like, there's nothing to do."
Yeah.
And I said, "What's to do in Wales?"
Yeah.
And forgive me if I'm wrong. It's kind of like,
I didn't know the British and Irish Lions were in town. What's she doing here?
oh mate, how'd you know it was a girl?
Well, he or she, I don't know. What? So they said to you, "There's nothing to do in Brisbane."
And I immediately I got on the front foot.
Yeah.
I got offensive and I said, "We've got some of the great pubs in the world."
Oh.
And that's where that comes from, I think.
I'll tell you what, and whoever this person is, you've wound me up really good because let me tell you what you can do in this city. And this isn't just Brisbane anymore. This is the Olympic city.
It's the Olympic fucking
So
city.
put a bit of fucking respect on this city's name.
Last time I checked, is the Olympics in Wales?
Yeah.
Nah.
Mate, Wales couldn't afford to fucking host an Olympics.
They haven't got enough fucking...
It's the new world city.
It's the new world city.
We've got a new casino. We're building bridges every second day, it feels like.
There's shit going underwater.
We got a beach in South Bank.
The Cross River Rail.
Cross River Rail, where that's going to be booming. Gabba's getting knocked.
You got Sunny Coast, Gold Coast, hour up the road, hour down the road.
Albion Park, right across the road from the creek.
It's not getting knocked down.
That's hanging around.
You got Suncorp.
Suncorp Stadium's right on our doorstep.
We got the fucking Brisbane Broncos, baby.
Ballymore's just been redone.
She's got the spruce up.
I tell you what, whoever this person is, you need a good hard look at yourself, or otherwise you'll be on a one-way ticket back to Wales.
They're uncultured.
Yeah. What the fuck's Wales got?
I don't know.
Nah,
They got Wrexham Football Club with Ryan Reynolds, and that's about it.
I'd love to Google what to do in Wales.
You'd come up with, search results not here. Because there's fuck all to do.
Page still loading.
Where is Wales? In England? Yeah, it is.
North of Australia.
Yeah.
Righto, so it's that time of the week for Flog of the Week. Now, my Flog of the Week, it was a little touchy with Saucy, so I've passed the baton over to him this weekend.
Yeah.
Or should I say this week?
The Wallabies. We've touched on it. It's the man that was behind the whistle, Mr. Jaco Peyper of South Africa. He couldn't keep that whistle out of his mouth and let the great game of rugby union flow. And that's the way it needs to be played.
It's like a diaper to a baby for him.
Literally. So I thought, he's coached since I think refereed since 2011, and it's 2023 right now. So he's had a good notch under his belt of games. I think it's 16 games that man has refereed. Australia has only won 5, all against Argentina, I think USA, Scotland. I did my homework actually.
Shareholders, he has done his homework here, which is uncharted territory.
I've got all the scores. I'm not going to read them out, but
don't bore us.
The only teams they beat, Argentina, USA, and Scotland. So they should be beating them. They lose every game that he has refereed. They've lost to France, England, and New Zealand. And he obviously doesn't do South Africa because it's a bit of a conflict of interest for him. Read it as you will, as the Wallabies, they might not be the best team in the world, but when Jaco Peyper's behind the whistle, they're certainly not fucking winning a game against those top tier teams. So Jaco, you are my fucking flog and knob of the week.
And what's funny about this is we never like to blame the refs here at Off Field Podcast
because it's never the referees.
It's never the ref's fault. But Saucy's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone straight after the ref, saying that the reason the Wallabies aren't having success is under Jaco's.
It's Jaco's officiating.
When Jaco's got the whistle, we're no hope.
When you see Jaco run out on the field, like what did I call him?
The opposition.
The Danny DeVito, Eddie Jones looking crossbreed dweeb that was bullied when he played. Now he's a referee. But also the game would be nothing without the refs. You got to remember that. But you are still the off-field drama, flog and knob of the week. What are we calling it?
No, it's knob of the week.
Knob of the week? All right.
Come on, we're 6 episodes in here.
We'll get it right.
Yeah, we'll get it right.
We'll get it right, pal.
Now, I was hungover yesterday.
Shock horror.
Lying on the couch, and naturally when you're hungover, you find yourself watching things that you probably wouldn't watch if you weren't. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
Now, I was watching, what happened to be on was the WNBA All-Star Weekend for the women's. Now, there's a lady by the name of Brittney Griner. Okay, now, are you familiar with Brittney?
Somewhat, mate. Fill me in.
Fill you in. Now, Brittney Griner.
Not proficient in my WNBA watching.
Brittney Griner, ladies and gentlemen, has recently been done with cannabis in Russia.
Wow.
Okay, which is highly illegal and been locked up, and yet the Americans are treating her like she's been wrongfully detained. Now, you want to see the carry-on that she was getting at this All-Star Weekend. It is pissing me off, Saucy.
Is it now?
Well, because she gets done with weed in a country where it's highly illegal, and yet she comes back to America and they bring the red carpet on her like she got fucking kidnapped over there, and she's so lucky to be back. Did we throw the red carpet out when Michelle Corby got done with a fucking bodyboard full of marijuana?
What I think the Americans forget is what is illegal in other countries.
Yeah.
And might not be legal in it might be legal in America. It's still illegal over there, so you got to abide by their fucking rules.
Yeah. God bless America, but this is Russia, kids.
You're speaking to 2 American passport holders.
Yeah.
So, hey, common sense.
Now, if you were dumb enough to bring cannabis in to a country that says it's illegal,
You know it's Russia for starters.
Yeah. Guess what, Brittney? You do time in the big cell.
You do time in the Gulag.
Now, old Sleepy Joe over here decided that he'd chime up and get involved in all this. Now, Sleepy Joe, let me give you a few tips, big fella, because that idiot, if he was playing cards, he'd be so bad at it. Do you know what he decided to do?
What?
He decided to do a prisoner swap with what they call the death of merchant. This bloke is one of the biggest arms dealers in Russia that America's got detained, but he thought, no, we want our girl Brittney back.
No way.
So we'll give you the death of merchant or the merchant of death.
The merchant of death.
Merchant of death. I got that.
Sounds like a
wrong.
terrorist.
Sounds like a terrorist, all right.
Sound like you've stopped someone's had the Brittney Griner for a terrorist.
Oh, we need Brittney back. She wants to play All-Star Weekend. I am sick and tired of hearing Americans gasp on about, oh, we love Brittney and she's so lucky to be here. Yeah. Well, guess what? You gave up the merchant of death for Brittney, so she better score a few buckets. I am sick of it. Seriously, any more sympathy for Brittney? There's a guy out there called Paul Whelan. All right. Now, Sleepy Joe, this is why how dumb Sleepy Joe is. Sleepy Joe said, we want Paul Whelan and we want Brittney for the
merchant of death.
The merchant of death. Because you shouldn't just get one for the merchant of death. You got to put a bit of respect on the merchant of death.
The merchant of death's worth about 2 to 3 bodies.
He's worth more than 7 foot Brittney Griner.
He's probably taken about 50 bodies over in Russia.
Now, Paul Whelan here, he's a US Marine that got detained over there because apparently spying. Now, let me give you a hot tip with Paul. Paul's still in the lockup in Russia.
Is he?
Sleepy Joe forgot about him.
Right. He fell asleep on him.
So, Paul, we feel for you, brother. We want you back. We hope you come back.
We want you to spy.
But that's on you, POTUS. Oh, shit. I'm going after the POTUS now.
He won't hear. He's asleep.
But no more sympathy on Brittney, okay? She should be detained. She brought cannabis into the country. Michelle Corby brings a boogie board full of...
Michelle Corby.
What's her name?
Sharpell.
The great Chappelle Corby. She brings a boogie board full of weed, and you don't see... At the time, I don't know who was running our country, but we weren't bringing the red carpet out for her to... We didn't have any merchant of deaths in Australia to swap for Michelle.
I think it was John. Johnny.
The greatest to ever do it.
John Howard.
You see, this is the difference between Sleepy Joe and John Howard. John Howard goes, all right, Michelle Corby, you've got a boogie board full of weed. No, we're not going to give you the merchant of death because you brought weed into a country where it's fully illegal. Meanwhile, Sleepy Joe goes, no, baby, I need to be throwing alley-oops to Brittney. Bring her back, baby. Bring her back.
Mate, Sleepy Joe couldn't fucking alley-oop if he tried.
Hey, wake up, Sleepy Joe. You just watched the merchant of death. So there you go. That's my little pissed off moment of the week.
That's Burke's backyard. Mate, good show.
Great show. Ep 7, massive things happening.
Yeah, we know you know. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We're on his schedule. We're on his timeline.
Yeah, we will wait for him. Shareholders, be patient. Ep 7, it feels right.
It feels real right, and we'll be in a better. I'll speak for myself. Hey,
play that song.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, we will. I'll make sure. I'll make a promise to you that I'll show up to next week's show better than the state I am today.
Don't give promises you can't.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Latest.